Me
This
too.
is being live stream. Got it.
And we are live. Hello, Facebook and YouTube. We're about to get started here in a little bit. We're about to go live from Instagram. And we are live. I'm about to get Brandon in here on Instagram. Hello and welcome to Get Into the Bag. I'm your host and founder, Ambrielle Coleman. And this podcast is brought to you by Columbus Black and Mile. Columbus Black serves to be the primary source of communication in Columbus, Ohio. So make sure you are following them for all of your needs in Columbus and the things that's going on. And then Mile, making your life entertaining is the next generation of software where you can curate your own experience with just the tap of a finger. It's free and easy to use. So when you're looking for things to do, places to go, and places to eat, just Mile it right in time for the summer. Period. We about to get Brandon here on the live on Instagram. What's up, y'all? As y'all come in, tell me how y'all day was going. Did y'all have a good day at work? I know I did. Talk to me. And I'm also going to get some music going. This song here is actually from my little bro, Manny Bravo. So let me know if you mess with it. Shout out to my brother. He goes by Manny. He will always be my man to me. Love you, bro.
You the whole music plug.
Okay. Send me your music, all local artists. I'm playing all local artists' music. Brandon, do you want to go do your personal IG or like insurance tax?
We go through my personal.
Okay. Hey, y'all. And don't mind me, I'm a little bit behind today, y'all. So it's been one of them days. Hey, Brandon, try sending me a request on live because you're not popping up. It's B_Amir.
You won't know it's B_Amir 2_.
That's right. Mama never raised a quarter. Shout out to my mama. Hey, y'all. Hey, friend. I can't, yeah, you're not coming up.
AMEER__.
Hey, y'all. Talk to me. Were you able to send a request on your end?
Right, I'm using live like that.
Hey, y'all. Thank you, sis. Toy sent it to me here. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna keep trying, but it's not. It's okay, because the show will go on. So, Toy, if you're nearby, if you can help Brandon send this request, because I am unable to send it here on live, and we about to get into it here. Hi, Kevin. Hey, y'all. Welcome. Like I said, showtime is about to get started. We just trying to get Brandon to join the live here. Little technical difficulties, but y'all know how that go.
All right, hold on, Bam.
Talk to me. How was y'all day? Did y'all have a good day today? Happy Tuesday. Shout out to everybody who showed me love last week for my 1-year anniversary of Getting to the Bag. Love y'all. This emoji. Real bad. It's definitely been a journey. Shout out to everybody who has ever came on the show. Shout out to y'all for still watching. Y'all the bestest. Hey, Kevin. Shout out to Miles. Shout out to Columbus Black. Make sure y'all are downloading that Mile app just in time for the summer. Make sure y'all are downloading that Mile app just in time for the summer. Okay, I think
I'll try now.
Okay, let me try it now. Now I see you. Okay.
There we go. There we go.
See, we just gonna work it out.
We just gotta figure it out. That's it.
That's right. Hey, y'all. So mute one of your cameras on your end, Brandon. We are good and we are live. What's up, y'all? Welcome to Bag Talk Tuesday. Get into the bag. We have Mr. Brandon Swanson here to tell us about what he's been up to personally, professionally, and how he has got to where he is right now and where he's going. So, Brandon, go ahead and introduce yourself to my followers.
Well, I appreciate the intro. That was a pretty good intro. I loved it. My name is Brandon. I am from the Virgin Islands, born and raised. When I was 11, I moved to South Africa. Graduated from the American International School, came down to OU. That's where I met Bam. 26 years old, and like about a year and a half ago, I started my own business, life insurance, and my business name is Swanson Insurance.
That's right. That's right. So from the islands, I think you are my first person that is not from the United States. Tell us a little bit about like where are you from in the island? You said the Virgin Islands?
Virgin Islands.
So go ahead.
Yeah, on the Virgin Islands, it consists of 3 islands. A lot of people know St. Thomas. I'm from St. Croix.
St. Croix. So what brought you here? How old were you when you came over?
Well, when I was 11, moved to South Africa. I came to the U.S. when I was 18. So I came here for college.
Wow. So that's actually a fun fact for me, because that was going to be my next question. That's actually really dope. I feel like this is a weird question, but what are some of the differences you see Virgin Islands here from living to culture? And what are some things that you miss?
Everything's different. Just from the way that we vibe, the way that we live life, just from the way that the food that we eat, like it's a whole different culture. Mm-hmm. The things that I miss being laid back. I miss the beach. I miss being home. I miss being with friends. I miss being with family. But at the same time, I'm half American, so I have my American side here. So I still get that family vibe and that family love. So
I love that. I love that. You said there ain't no real beaches here in America. Did you say that? You ain't say that?
Y'all ain't got no real beaches.
Oh, you did. So he like, no, I did say that, and that's true.
You can quote me on that one.
What's wrong with our beaches?
I got a rule. If I can't see my feet, I don't get in the water.
That's fair enough. So don't ever go to Cleveland or Lake Erie, period. Well, we already know that, you are a fellow Bobcat. Actually, I didn't want to skip past this part. Tell me something good that happened to you today. I want that good energy to start the show.
Today was actually a pretty good day. At work, we had 2 competitions, and your boy won both competitions.
Hey,
so that gave me a good start for the interview today. So
I love it. Come on, winner. Bag Talk Tuesday. So going back to you being a fellow Bobcat, like I said, Bobcats, there's just something in those breaks. I'm telling everybody, no cap, a good part of my audience and guests have been Bobcats. But what did you study while you were at OU, and why did you choose to go to OU?
That's a story within itself, to be real with you. So I'm gonna start with why I chose OU. Mm-hmm. So I wish I could say I wanted to go to OU because the campus was so beautiful. It was my dream to always be at OU, but that wasn't the case.
Fair enough.
I didn't necessarily know where I wanted to go. I graduated from college. I was gonna follow my best friend. I was originally supposed to go to UK, University of Kentucky, mm-hmm. but my grandfather and my grandmother both went to OU, so I kind of had that legacy. So with that being said, I did see the campus. I walked through, and when you walk down College Green, you just get that vibe.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's very beautiful. So just doing that, I saw OU, and I was like, yeah, this is where I'm supposed to be at. Mm-hmm. As for what I studied, the same story. I went in as an engineer. I did that for about a year and a half.
Okay.
realized, nah, this isn't it.
Okay.
Then I moved to production, music production. Then I realized, am I really going to be a producer? So I then graduated with marketing communications. That's where I'm at.
And I appreciate that honesty. I know my light did not go out. I appreciate that honesty here. Hold on, because let me find out. I pay my cable and my light bill, y'all. I swear. Ain't no lights getting cut off over here. But, I love that transparency, because a lot of people go to college and, they pick their first thing, what they want to study, and they stick with it, even if they don't like it, even if they can't see themselves doing it. And you kind of play with your majors a little bit until you find something that stuck. So what year again did you graduate?
December 2018.
Wow, doesn't that feel like so long ago?
Feel like so long ago. We're getting old, man.
No, you getting old. No, just kidding. We are getting old. I woke up and I turned to the left and had a little spasm in my my chest today, y'all. So the gym needs me. But we would be amiss if we did not shout out your organization. So make sure you shout them out.
Of course, shout out to the bros out there, yo. Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Fun fact. One of the reasons I went to OU too, my grandfather was one of the founders of my chapter.
Wow, that is awesome. Like,
yeah, I love he got roots in Athens.
Heck yeah. Shout out to the Love chapter. Well, tell us your favorite OU memory.
So I can say something. It's gonna sound a little corny, but my favorite moments will definitely have to be crossing. Becoming a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, and me and my girlfriend now, soon to be fiance, Toy. We've been together for about 6 years now. And shout out to Jay and shout out to Nick. If I didn't go out that night, I would never met her. So
wow,
those are my two memories.
And that's my sayings, y'all. So shout out to Toy. That's my tail. Okay. And look at all of this. Look at all the noobs. Okay. A legacy. Period. So, after college, 2018, what was it life looking like for you? What were you doing after you graduated?
So, I got out of college, got a job, became a millionaire, living my best life.
Exactly. Me too.
Yeah, it's good life. That's why we could be on live and just sit back and do what we want to do.
Exactly.
But realistically, I got out of college, moved in with Toy. Moved to Columbus. We moved into a 1-bedroom apartment. One of the best apartment. I was unemployed for like 2 months, looking for a job, looking for what I'm about to do, but ended up actually working with Morgan Stanley. And, I was like, I didn't even go to school for finance. Like I told you, I went to school for marketing and communications. How did I end up in the financing world? But, it worked out. I ended up doing that, ended up eventually getting to the point where, I'm my own business owner. So, I appreciate everything. I had to go get there. Yeah,
absolutely. I tell everybody all the time, you do what you got to do so you can do what you want to do.
Thanks.
And before we get into that journey, you did some traveling. You and Toy was around the world for a little bit. Y'all was on YouTube. Y'all was vlogging. Tell us about some of the places that you went after graduation.
Man, I even have to think. Okay, so I grew up traveling. That's my thing. I grew up, going to a bunch of different countries. I was blessed to do that. So when I found Toy, she had like that traveling instinct and that traveling itch. It just all worked out. So as y'all know, we decided to do YouTube, or some of y'all actually might not know. So we decided to do YouTube, and we're vloggers. We're taking a hiatus right now. But we traveled all over. We went to Turks and Caicos. We went to Carousel. I recently took her to St. Lucia for my sister's wedding. And then I was able to take her to St. Croix. So she finally came back to where I'm from. She got to meet my family. Wow. She got to see the house that I grew up in. So, she definitely got to see a big piece of me.
Well, we love traveling Black love. It looks so good on y'all, for real, for real.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Are y'all going to get back to vlogging? Can we expect the YouTube channel to start up anytime soon?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. We definitely about to start back up. Life. Like, that's one thing I'm going to do right here. I'm going to try to keep full transparency. And, life hits. And a lot of times, the biggest thing that we had, it wasn't the actual creating process that was difficult. It was the editing. It was the keeping up. It was the consistency.
Yes.
And, we definitely plan on getting back to it. And we got some things in store for y'all. So, stay tuned.
I'm excited. Well, make sure y'all subscribe to their YouTube channel. Once they start getting back to it, y'all can subscribe now. What's y'all YouTube channel?
It's Toy and Brandon.
Y'all heard it. Make sure y'all subscribe to that so y'all can follow all the fun places they go once they start traveling again. That's right, Elijah. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Come on. I love to hear it. And speaking of life, you said life happens, which is why the life insurance talk, we're talking about it today, right? That was a good segue. I'm proud of myself on that one.
Great segue.
Yeah, come on. I felt like the Oprah in me coming out. But talk about how you got into life insurance and this business in general.
Again, like I promised you, full transparency, right? So, I was previously working for this German company. I was working as a purchasing and procurement, and the pandemic happened. Like a lot of people, I was originally contracted, supposed to be brought on full time, but because of the pandemic, they started cutting people. So my contract never got extended. So, I was at home. I got laid off. I was sitting around. I was enjoying it. I'm not going to lie. I was like, it's been a while since I sat around and did nothing.
Right.
So, I was enjoying it. And I was scrolling through Facebook, as we all do. And I stumbled upon, life insurance. I stumbled upon the benefits of life insurance. Me personally, I didn't know nothing about life insurance. I grew up not being taught squat about life insurance. So once I went down the rabbit hole. I read down the rabbit hole. I then got to the point where I was motivated. I realized, what? I felt like, not to sound corny, but it was kind of like my calling. I was like, this is what I need to do. This is what I'm feeling, and I want to educate people. So I put myself through the courses. I studied for about a month. I took the exam. I got licensed. After I got licensed, I went down and created my own business. And ever since then, it's been history.
Was there something that you read or some information that you came across that made you so passionate? Because, typically life insurance, it's not the most exciting topic. However, what made you so passionate that you wanted to start your own business in this?
One, when it comes to life insurance, and like you said, we can all admit to it, it's not sexy talk. Nobody grows up and says, I'm trying to be a life insurance broker. But with that being said, there's a reason it's been around for over 300 years. There's a reason it's recession proof. Because when it comes to life insurance, it's a necessity that will never go away. We all need life insurance. So from a broker standpoint, it's a lucrative business, to be completely honest. A lot of money can be made within this business. Okay. But at the same time, I know especially when it comes to minority communities, we don't get taught life insurance. Right. When somebody passes away, we've normalized GoFundMes. We've normalized prize. We've normalized saying, hey, this bill is now yours. So me personally, I've been in that situation. My grandfather passed away. And when he passed away, he had no life insurance. He had about maybe like $2,000. Wow. And that was my first time getting a true look on what it actually takes to actually plan a funeral. And funerals aren't cheap. At all. It's about $15,000, $20,000 just to get a good funeral. Right. So I look at it as there's these tools and there's these options out there. We just don't know it. So for me, I took it upon myself where, I'm gonna teach it. I'm gonna get it out there. I'm gonna let people know. And if you get in contact with me, you're gonna talk about some life insurance. Whether or not you want to walk away with something, it's on you. But at least I know I did my due diligence. I love that. And that's so true. We have normalized, especially in minority communities, reaching out when we need money. You say GoFundMes and taking on that debt from the people that have passed away. And I love that you realize that that's not even something that I was cognizant about to even talk about. So that is so true. As far as starting your own business, talk about some of the struggles that you ran into and some of the triumphs that came along with it. Okay. Everybody watching, everybody listening, I'm gonna let you know, to my fellow entrepreneurs, it's not all hyped up it's not how they explain it to me. You think of entrepreneurship, you think of, I'm gonna be my own boss. I'm gonna go out here, I'm gonna make all this money, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z. Come on. Granted, that can happen. Granted, that is a part of it. However, but getting to that point, it requires a lot of struggle. It requires a lot of late nights. It requires a lot of self-doubt and overcoming it, to be completely real. And it really requires you to dig deep and keep pushing forward. So entrepreneurship, I definitely do not regret going down this path, but at the same time, I'm not going to lie and say that it was easy.
So true. And I know there's people on this call. My girl, hey girl, I love your listening skills. Thank you, honey. But she is her own boss as well. Multiple streams of income. It's definitely not easy.
I'm trying to be like her.
Oh, talk to her, because honey gets her money. But what about some of the triumphs? You know, you talked about the struggles, you know, getting your business off the ground, that consistency. What triumphs came along with that?
The triumphs that came along with it is kind of like what I touched on before. That independence, that freedom, that getting your time back. That's precious. Being able to go on these trips and don't have to request time off.
Yes.
Don't have to go to my boss and be like, hey, can I do this? Can I do that? Having that, I feel like I got a peace of mind. I feel like I just got my life started, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Because now I do what I want to do. And,
come on.
You know,
I love that for you too. And with life insurance, you know, we young. So how do you sell this to people my age, you know, maybe even people younger? Because we talked about education. Usually the younger you educate, the better, the more information that you have. Well, how do you present this in a way that makes people want to listen, especially our age?
I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult. Because a lot of times we're one-track minded, especially with all the technology and social media and whatnot. Here, I sound old with technology, but
the Facebook,
that Instagram. But I just try to be real. I try to be transparent. I'm not going to be one of those people that's going to come to you and talk about. I'm not going to talk to you in a language you don't know. So, with that being said, I'm just going to break it down. I'm going to talk to you in a way that you understand the importance of it. And the way I like to kind of put it in perspective is, a lot of times you can't get a new car and drive off the lot without having insurance on your car.
Right.
You can't get a new phone, have insurance on it. Your house, you have to have insurance on it. And why is that? Because when you take out a mortgage or when you take out a loan to purchase these things, the insurance company says, hey, I need some type of guarantee that I'm gonna get this money back. I don't trust you, right? But at the same time, when it comes to our lives, we're allowed to walk out the hospital just naked in the world. We're allowed to walk out and anything happen, it's game over. So for me, I like to stress the importance of, if you're going to secure your phone, secure your house and home, secure your life. That's the most important thing.
Come on.
Make sure that when you pass away, because that's one thing we all have in common, no matter your race, no matter your sex, no matter where you are in this world. It's not sexy, but we all going to die. So you might as well benefit from it. You might as well get to the point where you utilize what's in place and capitalize.
Absolutely. And very good point there. I mean, the stuff that we go through mountains and valleys to secure, you know, your car, your phone, people be securing they Birkins. I mean, just like your life it should be the most valuable thing that you really think about, that you want to leave your legacy here the correct way. Why not secure that? You know, you want to secure all these materialistic things that you can't even take with you.
Facts. So, but you know what? It's just scrolling through social media. That's what we prioritize.
Right.
You know, the big hype. Everybody wants a Birkin now. Everybody likes Casamigos now. Everybody like all this and like that.
Right.
For some reason, the hype isn't, you know, securing your life.
I look at it as secure your body if you're securing your necessities. We are a liability. Come on. We are. That talk, friend. So what are some of your talking points? What are some of the major things that you make sure you hit in every single conversation when talking to a client?
Transparency. I focus on transparency and just being honest. At the end of the day, I don't expect you to sit down with me and buy something from me. I'm not a salesman. That's not what I do. I'm not here to be like, hey, get this from me. You know, I'm not going to upcharge you. You need this most expensive thing. I just want transparency. I want you to sit down, ask any questions that you have. I'm going to be real with you. And my goal is to make sure that whether you decide by policy from me or not, or somebody else, you walk away knowing more than what you came in knowing.
Yeah.
And as long as I've achieved that, then I did what I needed to do. So when you go to somebody else, you have touching points. You have points that you can touch on and be like, well, I heard about this term life policy. I heard about this whole life policy. Tell me more. And, I did what I needed to do at that point.
Right. Right. So that's what you feel like sets you apart from other insurance brokers, insurance agents. You feel like your transparency and how you approach the whole situation is different.
Yes. And also what sets me apart is I'm a broker. So class is going to be in session for a quick second.
Come on, because I said the wrong word. Tell me about it.
So there's a difference between an agent and a broker. Agent works solely for one company. You work for State Farm. State Farm says, yo, bam, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 policies you can sell. Bam, that's all you got. So if I come to you and I don't fit within that criteria and I don't get approved, then at that point, I don't have any life insurance. I've been denied. As a broker, I'm contracted with State Farm. I'm contracted with Mutual Omaha. I'm contracted with numerous different companies. Wow. So that allows me to go, okay, you have X, Y, and Z health problems, or you're this old, or you're this. I know State Farm won't take you. I know Mutual Omaha won't take you, but I got the perfect person for you. I got the perfect carrier for you. So that's what separates you from everybody else, because at the end of the day, instead of working for the company, I work for you.
Well, that was my fun fact of the day as well. The difference between an agent and a broker. Come on, tell me, let me know. So speaking of policies, what are some of the policies, I guess that, would I say that you offer, or would other companies offer, and some policies you suggest?
That's a whole different conversation now. So policies when it comes to life insurance, it's based on everybody's situation. What you need is going to be different than what I need. What something Toy might need is going to be different from what Elijah needs. It's all based on your circumstance. However, in a nutshell, there's necessarily two different types. There's term life insurance. That's just basically where you're renting. I like to use an analogy. You're renting the insurance for a fixed amount of time. So I'm the carrier. I come to you and say, hey, I give you $1 million for 10, 20, 30 years. If you die within 10, 20, 30 years, I'm going to pay out $1 million. If you die after that, you SOL. All right?
Okay.
Because of that exact reason, that's the cheapest one you get. All right? Now you have whole life. I like to use the analogy. Now you bought the house. So now you're locked in at a fixed rate for that $1 million. As long as you pay that premium for X amount of years, you're secured, you're covered, and you're ready to go.
Okay. That sounds good. I like that one.
But there's a all right.
Okay.
It's an umbrella. You can go underneath, because a lot of people use it for different reasons. You can use it for real estate. You can use it for mortgage protection on your house. You can use it as a retirement fund. You can use it as a tool to actually create generational wealth. And a lot of people don't realize that, because I look at Master P. Master P created no limit record with a $10,000 life insurance policy his grandfather left him.
I didn't know that.
You know what I'm saying? You never know what your seed will do with a little seed money. You feel me?
Wow.
See what I did there?
I did. Okay, come on. This is some bag talk for real, y'all. Like, we're talking generational wealth. Master P got money, okay? And we'll always have it. He is set. So, we talked about those policies. We talked about certain types of coverage. We're working. I know I'm working. You have a full-time job as well. And we'll talk about a little bit of how you balance that. But as far as benefits, is that something that we should be on the lookout for, and how it ties into life insurance? Talk about that a little bit.
What do you mean benefits? You mean like benefits within your job?
Within your job, yes.
All right, cool. Majority of jobs offer life insurance, and whether or not you should get it or not is a personal choice. I always say get it, because when you get it from a job, they're getting it at a discounted rate, so you can get it for a cheaper price. You can never have too much life insurance. But with that being said, I always recommend you have a personal one, and then you have your works policy, because the thing with the work policy is you don't own that, they do. So they can snatch that from you any single time. They can take it away. They can up the pricing. They can do whatever they want with it. And you just have to, you just gotta go.
So you recommend having your own policy and then your work policy?
Yes, because when you leave the job, the policy is going to leave with the job.
Right, null and void. Yeah, that is some really good advice. So people on the live, this is some information to spread. I know me personally, talking to my generation, we are a little younger. We look for jobs with benefits, but we don't technically stay with jobs that long typically. So this is really good to know, to make sure you have your own stuff set in stone, because when you're ready to leave that job, you got your own thing going on. So
exactly. And with that being said, a lot of people don't realize too. I don't know. Tell me if you do this. So when it comes to life insurance, what do you think personally, not to put you on the spot on your own show, but what do you think is the main points when getting life insurance? In other words, as the insurance carrier, how do I know whether or not you're worth the risk?
How do you know if I'm worth the risk?
Mm-hmm. Why would I insure you?
I guess don't you look at like your finances? I know that's a big part of it. I know when I signed up for my benefits, I literally just did my benefits yesterday. I had my beneficiaries, I had my parents in there, because I personally want to make sure if I'm at this job and if something were to happen to me, God forbid, I want to make sure they cool. I would love to have everything set up where they don't have to worry about my debts and, burying me, I guess. So money is always a big factor. Like, that's just what I think about off the cuff.
And you know what? You're not wrong. Like what you said, and the reasoning for it is 1,000% right. But when it comes to finding out whether or not I'm going to insure you and whether or not you're worth it, it's based on two things. It's not finances. A lot of people do think it's finances. It's solely based off your age and your health. Those are the two major factors. Because at the end of the day, if you're young and healthy and you want $1 million, I'll give you $1 million for $80 right here, right now. Cool. I know statistically speaking, statistically speaking, you're going to live another 20, 30, 40, 50 years. You know
God willing. Yes.
Right? So with that being said, but then let's say an older person comes, they're like 50, 60, they want that $1 million. No due respect if you're 40, 50, 60 listening, but you don't look up. Now you're on the point where you don't have that many years ahead of you. So as the insurance carrier, I'm going to charge you a lot more than that $80. I'm going to charge you $400, $500, $600 because I need to recuperate something from that. If I'm going to pay out $1 million, I got to recuperate something.
Right.
So the big thing I try to stress is get life insurance while you're young, because every single day, tomorrow's not guaranteed, and every single day, the price is just going to go up.
Wow. That's really good advice. Make sure y'all are really thinking about that. We think we invincible. We live in life, hot girl summer, we outside, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to say. But the only thing that's guaranteed in life is that we are going to die. So like he said, the earlier, the better. You want to make sure that your family is set up. You want to make sure that everything is set up, because it's stressful burying people. It's not fun at all.
It's not. It's sad.
Yeah.
But you know what makes it better though?
What makes it better?
If you left behind, $100, $200, $300, $400,000, it makes you feel a little better. I can bury you, and then now I can do some things. I can elevate. I can use that seed money to actually create generational wealth.
Right. Come on. Yes. Back talk. So we have some questions rolling in, and we are about to get into some questions too, y'all. So make sure y'all are dropping them in the chat. I'm loving the interaction tonight. Thank y'all. Question from my bestie. Do both policies pay out when, I think that's supposed to say when you go. So this was going back to when we were talking about a little bit, what we were talking about.
The
work policy versus personal policies. Yes.
Yeah, no, they do. They both pay out.
Okay.
At the same time. So if you're still with that job and you have your personal policy and you still have that work policy, they're both gonna pay out.
There we go. There's your answer, best friend. Shout out to you, Kevin. He's about to be on the Essence Festival stage, by the way. Just had to plug that.
Shout out, Kevin.
Yeah, shout out to my bestie. So question here from Brandy. Is it best to put your kids on it while they're babies?
Honestly, it's best to get your kids their own policies when they're babies. Because at that point, it's only going to cost a few dollars. You can get them like $50,000 for maybe $5. And now what you've done is, by the time they get to 20, they have their own policy. It's fully paid up. So now when they graduate college or high school or whatever they decide to do with their lives, you can be like, hey, here's a $50,000 policy, and you can actually access some of the cash that's in it to buy a house, to get a car, to get that start in life.
Wow. I'm learning so much today. I'm very thankful for this episode, for real, because this is teaching me personally a lot. Question from my girl. How can someone contact you to learn more about getting a policy?
So all you got to do is go on Instagram. You can DM me, send me a friend request. My name is B Amir, 2 underscores. So that's BAMEER 2 underscores. DM me, ask me any questions you got, and I'm gonna hook you up.
All right, y'all heard them. Just slide in them DMs for business only, because that's Well, I mentioned earlier that, you do work a full-time job along with having your business. How do you balance both?
I was blessed. I was doing life insurance for a good year and a half before, so I was able to kind of really get that situated. And I didn't necessarily speak on another side of being a broker, is not only am I able to, write business, I'm able to bring people on to work with me. So I got to the point where I took my L's, I learned from my L's, I was able to capitalize from that and really have everything smooth sailing. So, when inflation hit and everything going on, I was able to get me another job and use that to actually fund my livelihood.
Yes.
And then use the life insurance to just keep building and building and building so I can continue to grow my agency.
Yes. I love that. I say that all the time. Use these jobs to fund your dreams, for real. It's just a check, and you can do what you want to do with that money. Okay.
Oh, wait. Let me shout this out real quick.
So yeah.
Here, and you feeling what I'm saying? You have an entrepreneurial spirit. You want to get into the life insurance game. You want to make some side money. DM me as well. B Amir 2 underscores. And I could talk to you, and we can get you. I can walk you through the steps on getting licensed. My agency will pay for you to get licensed, and we can get you right in business, starting your own business.
Yes, make sure shout that out. Come on, we're gonna add to the team, the money team. How can someone join your team or agency? I think we just answered that, but go ahead and reiterate.
To reiterate, just DM me. We can get on a phone call. We can just talk it out. It's a simple process. We'll pay for you to actually get licensed. We'll get you licensed in your own individual state. I'll teach you how to get licensed in multiple states so you can write business in multiple states. And we'll be partners. We'll work together.
Do you ever collab with other companies?
I do. Can you elaborate on that? What do you mean? From a writing standpoint or from a broker standpoint?
Yeah, so we're going to come right back to that question because I'm sure she is typing that out. So when we get, as we're going to get back to that, tell me what you want for your business within the next 5 years here. What do you imagine for yourself?
Oh, what I imagine for myself, to be real with you, one, to educate as many people as possible. Like I said previously, that's the main purpose of Swanson Insurance. Swanson Insurance's main purpose is to educate and actually secure lives. However, as a business, we got to be profitable. So from the business standpoint, I plan to, work with as many people as I can, build a big enough agency as I can, so I can get to the point where I'm writing a guaranteed amount of business every single year, so I can sell that company. And then now, for the rest of my life, I'm receiving residual checks for generation to generation to generation.
Yes, get into the bag for real. Absolutely. And to come back to Brandy's question, do you feel like it's worth giving up being a hairstylist to be an insurance agency or insurance agent? My apologies.
I mean, if hairstyle is your dream, no. But at the same time, I say do both. It doesn't, you don't have to, that's a big misconception we all have. It's a one or another. It's all or nothing. That's not the case. What I would say doing is, if you still have money coming in, I would say take a pause so you can give all your focus to getting licensed, because you have to study, you have to take a test, you have to pass the test.
Right.
So give that time to get that done. So once you get that done, now you can find a way to incorporate both. You can still do hair on the side between policies. You can say, hey, I got to write this policy at 5 o'clock. Let me do your hair at 7. You can make it work. You're your own boss. Don't forget that.
Yes, love it. And question from Matt. Shout out to you, Matt. Thanks for hopping on tonight. How often do people talk about auto, home, insurance, renters insurance in the midst of the conversation?
Hey, Matt, you already know. So when you talk to people, a lot of times they don't know the difference between life insurance, auto, rent, all that. They just lump insurance into one. So I call people sometimes and say, "Yeah, I heard you're interested in life insurance." "Oh, no, I thought this was for auto insurance." So if you want auto or renter insurance, I'd send them over to Matt, Mateo. So I mean, people talk about it, and it's definitely a necessary thing. So I definitely think like having that trusted life insurance agent, somebody that you can rely on, I'd say you need to have that other person when it comes to your home and your car. Those are necessities. So you have that trusted person that you know is going to get you secure. So I'd say, if I could plug in there, I say anybody reach out to Mateo, he's gonna get you right.
That's right. Okay, reach out to him. Mateo, make sure you plug where you at so people know how to reach out to you. And my bestie said that test ain't nothing to play with. Talk about a little bit how you studied for that test, how you prepared.
I locked in. I just sat down, I created a schedule, and I studied. I mean, it's not really to it. I'm the type of person where if I need to get it done, I just need to get it done. So I sat down, studied for it. To be real, you need a 70 to pass. So you best stay to get that 70, do what you need to do, and go take the test. You can take it as many times as possible. But I went in with the mindset knowing that, one, I'm only going to take this thing once. Two, I set the date in advance. So there wasn't no pushing it back. There wasn't no, oh, I'm going to do this later. That date was set in stone, so I had to go do what I needed to do to get it done.
That's right. That's right. So if this is something y'all serious about, make sure y'all lock in, put in that study time, put in that effort. Okay, now that was easy, but with kids, how do you recommend studying and setting that time?
Every situation is different. I wish I had the golden answer. I wish I could give you this is what you need to do. But I can promise this, if you partner with me, I can always help you. If you need to call me up and say, hey, this doesn't make any sense, can we run over this together? I can run over it with you. Because a lot of times, to be real, it's like starting a new job. You know, you start a new job, they tell you there's the way to do it. And then you get the job and you realize, all right, I'm going to do it this way.
Right.
It's the same exact thing. So if you give me a call, I'll be able to kind of explain it in different ways, different perspectives. I used auto insurance and renter's insurance to kind of put it all in perspective for me, because I already kind of knew that made sense. So I can pass you some gems and some tricks.
Absolutely. And hey, y'all, the more people that want to study, the better. Y'all can get y'all little study group. Okay, get on this little winning team. I like the sound of that.
And we can create a Zoom and we all just hop on Zoom and study.
Okay, there's so many virtual ways. So make sure y'all take advantage of all of that. As far as your message, Swanston Insurance, what is the overall message that you want people to get from this live tonight, from your business, from everything that you're saying?
I want you to know that if you decide to talk to me about life insurance, if you want to talk to me about life, if you want to talk to me about anything, you know that when you come to Swanston Insurance, you're getting somebody that's real, somebody that's genuine, somebody that truly cares about you. I'm not going to be here to push you on anything. I'm not going to be here to try to upsell you. I'm going to be completely honest with you. And there's only one thing I ask of people that come to me is for you to do the same thing. Be honest with me, be transparent with me. I know a lot of times when people get into conversations of money and how much they make and finances, it's an ugly situation. People like to big themselves up. People like to say they make more than what they really do.
Come on.
I've had people do that in the past. In all actuality, you ain't hurting me, you're hurting yourself. Because the last thing I want for you is for you to tell me you make X, Y, Z dollars, and I give you a policy that can fund X, Y, Z dollars. You go home, your car breaks down, your refrigerator goes out. Now the policy is the first thing to go. Now, you SOL. I'm not SOL, you're SOL. So I just ask that you have that complete transparency with me. And if you say I need to stay within this parameters, I'm gonna get you something within that parameters. Because at the end of the day, I want you to walk away from me, not thinking that, dang, I got another bill. You're gonna walk away knowing that, dang, I got some life insurance. I'm secure. Anything happen to me, my kids are set. My mom's set. My girl's set. I can tell you this right now. Anything happen to me, my mom's, my sister, my girlfriend, they good.
Come on. That's right.
Not good.
I know that's right. He like legacy left, and I'm still here. I know that's right.
Exactly. We still building.
Toy said, don't lie about them pockets now. I know that's right. She said, don't be getting on there lying. Well, I want to do my favorite segment of the show. Give them their flowers. Your time to shout out anybody who has supported you through your journey, who has advocated for you, loved on you. This is your time to shout them out.
One, I want to give you your flowers. I want to give you congratulations on making a year in this. This is big. You're really doing your thing, and I appreciate you letting me be on here. I appreciate it. Obviously, I shout my baby girl out there. I got a shout out to it. She was right there when, I was down with myself. I was like, man, is this even worth it? I ain't trying to take this test.
Come on.
She was there to hold me down, so I always got to shout her out. And I shout out everybody out there. Y'all saw me making content. If you like my video, I appreciate you. I appreciate the love. If you share my video, I appreciate you. So if you played any part and, making me smile and, giving me that support, that's love.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Quick question wrote in right before that. Do you teach money management as well?
Legally, I have to say no. I'm not a financial advisor. However, I'm pretty decent with money management. So, you can talk to me and I can give you some tips and tricks on what I do to manage my money.
That's right. That's right. He said, well, we ain't gonna say nothing illegal now. We don't want to incriminate ourselves. I know that's right. Well, tell us, what can we expect from you? What content can we look out for? What's next?
Like we touched on previously, expect me to be back on YouTube. Expect me and Toy to be back on vacations. Expect us to do more pranks. Expect seeing a lot more of us. I do plan on creating content. And hey, if anybody's listening out there, if anybody's watching this, if you have any type of creative mindset and you enjoy editing these videos, DM me, reach out to me. We can work together because I need some help editing these videos because it's a lot harder than it looks.
Man.
But just expect more talk about conversations and more talk about being real because, again, full transparency, that's the journey that I'm on right now. A lot of times with social media, we see this perception of what life is. And in reality, you just gotta be yourself. You gotta do what you need to do and just live life on your accord.
That is right. I love that. Well, make sure you shout out for all the people that might have just hopped on the live. Shout out where we can find your YouTube, where we can follow your social medias, all that good stuff.
Well, you can follow me on IG, my personal page. You can follow me at BAMEER 2_. That's BAMEER 2_. And you can follow my business page at Life Insurance Hacks. That's where I drop all, the little, not only things about life insurance, but, I drop more about just positivity, things about relationships, just real life stuff. And follow our YouTube, Toy and Brandon. We're coming back. Hit that subscribe. We're coming back.
Hit that subscribe, y'all. Subscribe to their channel. Make sure you are keeping up with Brandon. He gave y'all all his social medias. I'll make sure to plug them in the show notes as well. And before we get out of here, you gotta leave us with a positive note.
All right, let me get my Charlemagne on right now.
Come on.
The positive note today is be yourself, be you. Don't focus on what other people are doing. Don't get caught up on the fake hype. One of my fraternity brothers told me, even believe everything you see on social media, even when it comes to what they post. So you got to take that for what it is and realize that every time you try to fit in, you're just pushing down your best tools. You're just pushing down the best parts of you that keeps you different. So, just shine.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your expertise. Y'all in the comments doing the fool, y'all silly. Thank y'all so much for logging on tonight. Brandon, thank you. Man, such an informative episode, something that we definitely needed to hear. If y'all was feeling this episode, make sure y'all show love in the comments. Make sure y'all share this, repost this. Spread the word. Life insurance is important. All of this is important. General wealth is important.
Here's the thing. We always talk about generational wealth. I want one person in this comment to tell me one way that they know guaranteed they can create generational wealth. we always talking about it. If you know that's the information, because what I'm saying right now, you can guarantee you leave some life insurance behind, you guarantee you leave some generational wealth.
And that's some bag talk for you. Period. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. Get into the bag, the next generation of young hustlers. I love what I do. I love this show. I love the information that comes out of it. So thank y'all so much for supporting it. Get into the bag will return after the 4th of July. We have another bomb lineup. My voice cracked. Another bomb lineup of Bobcats coming on the show. So make sure to stay tuned for that show lineup that is going to be dropping next week. And until then, keep sharing my episodes, keep tuning in, keep rocking with me. I love y'all. And good night.
Peace. Appreciate you.
Night, B.
There you go.
Oh, and shout out to my brother. This is actually my brother, Manny Bravo. Hey. All independent artists, make sure y'all send me your music. I play music at the beginning and end of every episode. I still haven't figured out what to call that segment, but if you're an independent artist, you know people that make music, YouTube keeps silencing my videos, so they can't silence y'all. So make sure y'all send me y'all music. So for real this time, I'm logging out, and y'all have a great night. Ciao. I gotta wipe my phone off. My screen dirty. Dang, this was not gonna let me sign out. What?